Hey guys, I am finally here to show you the resources that we are using for homeschool this year. They're all here except for one thing, and that is the Messy Science Kit from Tinkerlab. It is not here yet. I'm going to be getting that a little bit later, but I can show you everything else because it might be a little while before I actually get around to getting that one. So these are the things that we're using, and then I'm going to do another video to show you the way that I've been planning now that I've got all my resources in and everything in has changed just a little bit. So I will show you that and our schedule and how I'm planning unit studies and all that fun stuff. So for the resources that we're using this year. The math resource, I had gotten mathematical reasoning, was really excited about it, but it didn't end up working right for Samuel's needs, for our needs. So I looked and looked and looked, and I went with Evan Moor's Everyday Literacy for, I think it's like pre-K to 1, I think. I'm not exactly sure what grades it covers. But I don't have the cover to show you because I got the ebook, so I can just print stuff off. But this is kind of the first lesson, and they just have stories, and this is really good because I can read the story to Samuel, introduce the concept, we can talk about the picture, and do as many pages as he feels like he wants to do. But the idea is that we're using this just to introduce a concept, and then throughout each cycle, which I'll explain to you what that is in my planning video, but we'll just work with that concept in very hands-on ways. We'll play games and do whatever, but this is basically just for introduction, and instead of doing one every day like it suggests, we're just using it to introduce the concept and kind of give us something to be working on. So I'm really excited about this because it's stories, which he loves, and because it's something that we can do together. It's made for small groups, which is perfect for him right now. He doesn't actually have to write anything unless he wants to. We can just talk about it. He doesn't really like writing very much, so I think this is going to be really good. And for science, we are using the First Illustrated Science Dictionary, and basically each cycle, we've already been using this some. We go through one topic. Oops, let me see, I'm backwards here. One topic that's being taught, and so we'll either read through this or read something, or sometimes I'll just use this as a guide and we won't actually read what's in here. We'll read another book that we have. But then we try and do one concept per cycle. Sometimes we'll do, sometimes I'll use the quick links that go with this and we'll do those activities. Sometimes I'll find other activities to do, but we just usually do something pretty basic from here. And that just kind of keeps us going. And Samuel really liked it. This last week we did body coverings, so like skin and scales and spikes and feathers, and so we made little animals out of clay and put different body coverings on them. We really liked that. Oh, and for math, one thing I'm also using too to help with the games to go with what we're learning is the Games from Math book by Peggy, Kaye, and it's old, but it's got some good stuff in here. So I've been using this as a resource for planning that. Also from Evan Moor, I have this Beginning Geography book, and this is really awesome. It just talks about some of the very basics of map skills. I have the first few out, but like, see on a compass rose, you can glue where north, south, east, and west are, and just all these different things. And each skill that they're trying to teach, there's 3 worksheets that go with it, so you can pick the level that's right for your child. This is meant for K through 2. And we'll just kind of, sometimes we might do all 3 of them, sometimes we might do 1 of them, but each cycle we're doing 1 of these, which Samuel has been really interested about map work. And what's really cool about this is that they've got 2 big fold-out maps. So when you're doing this section on landforms and water, you can pull that out, and they've got one for continents and oceans as well, and so that's going to be really fun to make it more hands-on. I also have Tinkerlab, which I think I might have gone over this a little bit. I don't know. This is an excellent book. You can see I've got lots of things marked I want to do with the boys, but it's got lots of things. They can art projects, science experiments, just things that they can do. A lot of them are open-ended, so you provide them with the materials and you might help them get set up and going, but you let them go free and kind of see what what they come up with on their own, and it's really fun. We've done some of the activities in here, like we mixed up some special solution with dish soap and washable tempera paints and water, and the boys blew bubbles and in the water and had all sorts of fun. And then you put paper on top to make prints, and then you turn that into stationery and mail letters to your friends, and it's really fun. And so we, I think the next one on here that we're going to be doing, it's got how to make bouncy balls, it's got all sorts of fun, really awesome things in here that are creative and just really great. I like that there's a lot of open-ended stuff. And there's a few things that aren't as open-ended, but most of it's really open-ended. As far as history, I've kind of written out what my goals are for Samuel, and I'll be going off of based on like where he is and what he's able to understand. So, like some basic time sequencing is what we'll do, and understanding the very basic concept of what is history. And I'll be going basically off of what I picked, but I will be using some things from Bede's History of Me as well. And this is from Veritas Press. I'm not quite sure how you say it. It is a Christian history, but it goes over some very basic stuff, like what is past and present. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. There we go. And it's got like some of the basic holidays, like Thanksgiving. Talks about the history of Christmas, different toys throughout history, boat history, house history, just all kinds of very, very basic, gentle introduction to history. So we're not going to go through this as a text and use everything in it, but some of this matches really well with what I want to teach Samuel, and so we're going to use that, which is going to be really fun. And then one of my favorite things, which I haven't completely gone through it yet, so we can't implement everything exactly, but I am really, really loving this. And this is called Teach a Child to Read with Children's Books. And this is awesome. It's very research-based, and this is what we're going to be doing for our reading program. We're not getting a phonics program. We're not doing anything like that. It's just going to be this book and following the lesson plans using books that we already have. And I'm really excited. So these are kind of the basic resources. And then on top of that, we're also going to have, and I'll put links to these below. And on top of all of this, we are also going to have unit studies that we're doing and a few other things. But I'm really excited. So those are the main materials that we are using. And I will put links to everything below. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and I'm going to make my next video on how I do planning. And then I will do like overall planning, and then I'll do one more video on unit studies, or at least the unit study that we are doing first. So that is all for right now. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will talk to you soon.